Elevate your personal brand by using your camera and just your creativity. I'm gonna help you stand out. I'm gonna give you some unique posing tips and a DIY guide for new branding photos. Welcome back to the A to the Z show. I am Ashley Zachary. I am a filmmaker who loves content. Your equipment setup. So the first thing we're going to start with is your camera. Your camera, you have to make sure it's charged. You have to make sure you know how to use it. So make sure you check your videos to make sure you understand the settings. That's what you want to make sure you do for your camera. You need a tripod, and when you have your tripod, make sure it's sturdy. Make sure it doesn't have any missing screws, or if you don't have a tripod, just stack up some nice little books, okay? Put that camera right there. But I do have some things down below in my description that is cost effective that can help you with your tripod if you need one. For your lighting, you want to make sure that you are using natural light. And the natural light, you have anything to have it bumped off from the shadows, if you have any shadows, or you can have a key light in front of you here, one behind you, to make sure you're lit properly. When you are working with your lighting situation, you don't want to have any shadow. Natural light is the best light, just to let you know. Your background, you want to make sure your background is plain. No socks, nothing here, distractions, none of that. You don't want anything that is going to be distracting to the eye. A bookcase is nice, or just a plain background. You see, this is just a plain background. Just to let you know, I am actually shooting at a hospital because life is lifing right now. But the world don't stop. You don't stop wanting my content. So I do what I have to do in order to bring you the content. So this is a bare wall. I found a little place in the hospital. And when I tell you I've been grinding, I get up at 4, go work out. After I go work out, go back home, take a shower. After I take a shower, I drive 40 minutes to get to the hospital where my mom is at, to get in early before people come and utilize this room for me to film my YouTube videos. And I just figured it out. 3 days a week. This week this is the 3rd day. Okay, so it's about finding places that are quiet. Nothing is too busy back here. And there were other places in this room, but the picture was too busy, too much going on. There's a place in the window, I guess I'll put it in, but the sun is beaming in, but it would have gave me a nasty glare. So this corner that I picked, my background is just simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid, but not stupid. But you get what I'm saying. But yes, so your background needs to be clear. Your camera settings. So your focus want to be on your face, and you want to make sure your face is clear. It's not blurry. If you have a camera that has an autofocus, that will be good. And or if you're utilizing an iPhone, make sure you hold it down until it frees directly where it needs to be, so that your video isn't going in and out of lighting reflecting while you're on an iPhone, right? So you just want to focus in your camera settings to have it focus. On my DJI, I have tracking, so anywhere I go, the camera will follow, and I can also turn that off. But those are the simple things with camera settings you want to focus on, focusing on your face. Exposure. If you are too dark or too light, you want to just manually do that. If you're on an iPhone, you want to hold it down, go up or go down, and set it key. Here, this gives me an automatic white balance. I know that I'm not too bright, not too dim, or not too dark, and I can also fix that in post. So when you're having a camera, if you're in manual mode, you have to do those things yourself. You have to know your ISO, you have to do your focus, you have to do brightness, contrasting, and all those things. So you just want to make sure whatever camera settings you are operating in, you want to make sure you set those so then your video can be seamless. Okay. Settings for resolution. You want to make sure your resolution for your photos and or videos is high, and you make sure you want to set them in your camera and or on your iPhone. And that's about going into the settings and making sure you are taking a high quality photo and or video. If you are enjoying this video, smash that like. Posing ideas, confident and approachable. So you want to stand up straight and have a little tilt to you and smile. Okay, stand up straight. I'm sitting up straight because I'm doing a a video. So stand up straight and have a little tilt and a nice little smile for posing. And so that shows confidence because you're standing up straight and a nice little smile. Make sure your head is a little, hey girl, hey. Okay, so stand up straight, sit up straight, stand up straight. You'll be standing. Okay, so if I'm doing, I look kind of crazy. So right there. Okay, a nice little tilt. Confident and approachable, you know what I'm saying? Posing idea, the thinker. So you can stand up straight and have a nice little tilt with your hand on your face. The thinker. So you want to be thinking. Okay, put it on your chin. Nice little vibe going, you know what I'm saying? Keep the vibes going. You got to be confident. It's okay. That's the thinker. I like this one too when you're like, Oh, okay, so you got to make sure you put the thinker in and make sure you let people know. The thinker. Okay. Casual and relaxed. So you got to be more relaxed. Okay. Okay, here you go. Here you go. Make sure you laid back against something, sitting comfortable. This is me being comfortable. Nice little posing, like, or my hands is like this in my lap. So you like that? Like this, chilling. You know what I'm saying? So how you ever, and you know, you can stand against the wall or whatever. I just chose to use the chair because I'm sitting down, but yeah. So nice little, yeah. Okay. Just chill, you feel me? Close up. So I'm gonna get up close up to the camera where you can focus in on my eyeballs. So this is very expressive. So you kind of, you know what I'm saying? Going with your facial expressions. And also do this in the mirror. So you don't be doing this when on the camera, but you're focusing before. You know what I'm saying? You're doing this a little bit before. So close up on the camera in these eyes. Yeah, so all in the eyes. It's always in the eyes. Shooting portraits, time and remote. So you want to have one of these little, I have one. Do I have one right now? I don't think I have one right now. I actually think it's in my book bag that got all my camera equipment. I have like a little Bluetooth that hooks up to the phone where you can click and time out your picture. So you like click, 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 click. You're making sure you're smiling because sometimes you don't always have people there to do it for you. So you got to be efficient and learn how to do things yourself. So you get that little clicker, and of course it's in the description below, and you click, 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 and you get all these photos, but it's time. So you're doing it on your own time, and you kind of click in, making sure everything is good because you're using your remote that's in your hand. So you like click, 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 click. Okay, you clicking. Yes, you are clicking. So time, and you want to have a remote for your iPhone and for the camera that you are using. Portraits, you want to shoot multiple shots. So when it's time for you to look at them, so if we're here, if we're doing a little leaning pose like this, you want to click at least, I would say 10 to really, but once you take your time and you can keep doing this over and over, you're going to be able to get your shot in 3 shots. I would say 3 to 5, but when you're a beginner, I would say do like 15, because right here, I'd be like, then maybe I don't like the way my shirt opened up, or I don't like the way my A to the Z show is leaning or something like that. So I would want to do like 15, like smile, like, you know, do at least 15 in one pose. But once you get better, you can do like 5, and you're going to be able to nail the particular pose that you want, and you're going to like it. It's all about how many times you get in the little rodeo. Practice make perfect. What is perfect? But I'm sorry about that. Meaning the more you do it, the better you will become, okay? So if you click in like click, 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 your multiple shot, you're going to be able to get it in 15 for beginners, intermediate 10, expert 5, you will be able to get your one shot that you want to utilize on your social media. Shooting for portraits, you want to check your shots. So if you're new to this, I would say don't move on to the next pose until you personally stop and check through your first 15. When you check through your first 15, you're gonna kind of see like, how's the lighting? How's your lips? How are you doing? Do you need to focus in on the camera more? What do you need to do? So it's kind of like that, checking your shots. That's what you definitely want to do. Post-processing, you're editing. So if you're new and beginner, I would say use CANVA. They have some nice little editing things that you could work in there for like the basics of lighting and stuff like that. I also use Lightroom. Lightroom is pretty good of, filtering out the ones that you can go up, down, and things like that when you want to utilize apps to enhance your photos. So it's always something to keep in mind there, that you want to have a couple of apps and learn a couple of apps that can be efficient for your photos. Seeing retouching with the lights, you don't want to go too drastic because you want to keep it natural, right? There's things that you can do that will not keep it natural, but it's totally up to you. Just want to keep it as natural as possible. Again, these are going to be for your personal brand and your business, so you just want to keep it as natural as possible. Cropping. You want to crop your photos. You want to crop out all the dead space that is not there. And then it depends on what type of person you are. Person and or what type of eye you have. So sometimes I like to be dead center. Sometimes I like to have the dead space over here, which says about the rule of three, right? The rule of thirds. It depends on who you are as a creator, as a content creator, or artist, artiste, however you want to say it. You know what I'm saying? It depends on you and what is your perspective, what is your prerogative on your art that you're putting out. So I would say keep going and keep doing what you need to do to understand the rule of thirds, the different shapes that make a beautiful photo of yourself compelling. And I would say just take your time and you're gonna get it. Additional tips. Yay, you made it to the end. You want to wear wardrobes that match your personal brand and your skin tone. So rather, like mine's is yellows, bright yellows, black, white, and things like that. Me, I popped out with a green shirt. If I was going to do a photo shoot, I personally would do like a nice either button up, a yellow shirt, something like that is just recognizable. You're going to see me be like, oh dang, Ashley out here, because my brand represents happiness. And the black is just solid. That's what I would like for my black, to let you know I'm solid. That's the reason why I chose black for my brand. And white is just an essence of light. That's what I want that. So my yellow, my white, and my black. But if I was going to do a personal brand photo shoot, I would definitely pop out with a yellow shirt. Different yellows at that. So I'm very bright, bold, and out here. I'm courageous, you know what I'm saying? So I do things that are for wardrobe that is going to make me feel good and make my brand feel good. So I just want you to keep that in mind for your wardrobe. Hair and makeup, you want to make sure that it's natural, that it's professional looking, and you want to make sure, like, it depends on your brand, because if you have a makeup brand, of course, glam it up, baby. All right. But if you have just a regular brand, not like regular is bad, but if you just have a regular brand that you want to you want a natural look, natural makeup that makes that it can be noticeably you, right? So you want to take that time to make sure it's just natural. So it's this there, I have my little natural little hair on today, okay? Fun fact, I just shaved my head July 15th, but that's another story for another day. But don't worry, that video is coming, because I definitely took a video of me shaving my head, okay? Drop down in the comments if you would like to see the video. I want to see that bald head, or I want to see the video. Props. You can use props. I would say use props if it's going to add to your story. And if it's going to add to your story, use them. Like if you have some glasses that you wanted to take pictures in, that will be a nice prop. Or if you are a skincare brand and you wanted to be holding your skincare and you're looking at it, or you pointing at it, or you're doing something goofy with it, or you have take a picture of your hand and your hand is touching it, things like that, that will be really good. I would say use props, but don't overuse them. You know what I'm saying? Take your time and figure out what will be the best for you and your business and or your personal brand for your photos. Experiment. I want you to try different, unique poses for you. Just experiment. Try what's going to work for you, work for your body. And I would say practice before it's time to get in front of the camera. That's what I would say. Everything is a practice. So when you're in the mirror, I was gonna say in the movies, when you're in the mirror, you chilling, just like practice what's gonna be good for you and your brand. What does your body language look like? What do you feel comfortable when you're experimenting with certain shots that can just give you that edge, like you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to experiment and feel comfortable in your body. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it, okay? So that's what you want to keep in mind. That's what you want to keep in mind, period. If you don't believe it, they not going to believe it. But if you believe it, they going to believe it, okay? And all you need is one person, okay? And then let your community grow from there. Feedback. Ask your friends, your colleagues, which will be the best photo that represents you. You know what I'm saying? So if you take maybe 100 photos and you go through those 100 photos and you narrow down to 5 different poses, right? In those 5 different poses, maybe you have like 3 of each, right? And in those 3 of each, ask your friend and or your colleague to pick out one from each pile, right? So just to see, you can do A, B, C, don't make it hard, and then let's see how many they choose throughout your posing, which is going to give you an amazing way to go, right? Because we can have an ideal in our head, but if 2 different people are agreeing on the same photo, that photo is it, baby. That photo is it. If you enjoyed this video, click right here to watch more videos. Peace.